Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be testing out a bunch of e.l.f. products for y'all. So we're going to be doing a full face of e.l.f. products. Like I said, I don't have blush and none of this will be applied with any e.l.f. brushes. The only thing that I do have e.l.f. is my e.l.f. Total Sponge. So without further ado, let's jump into the video. Okay. So first off, we are going to start with our brows. I did pick up the Instant Lift Brow. This is, it did come with 2 in it, which I think is pretty cool. It's in the shade Neutral Brown. So you can see here, it does have that tip on there. It's a little bit of a thicker tip than I'm used to, but we'll see how it works. And then it came with a thicker spoolie. I'm just going to brush my brows up. And I'm going to go in and just outline my brow. And I hope this look turns out well because I do have plans to go out later. One thing when I unpackaged the box that was the concealer. It did look a little bit too light for me, so that I might have to work in a different concealer I have, just so I don't look like Casper under my eyes. I do like the way that this did fill in my brows. I always use this for the outline of my brows, and then I end up going in with some sort of dark brown eyeshadow. But I do have an eyeshadow that I did get in the e.l.f. little palette here, and there is a dark brown shade, so I think I'm going to go in with that instead of something that I already have. So this is the Bite Size eyeshadow. I'm going to go in my brows with this shade here, and I'm just going to use an angled brush to help fill those in. Brush with that eyeshadow on there, and I'm going to lightly go into my corners over here. Next up, I am going to go in with my e.l.f. Wow Brow, and I'm just going to go in here on my outer brow and use the spoolie and just brush that out. I think that's good. I'll clean them up when I go in with my concealer and my foundation. I'll clean out my brow. So next up, I'm going to take the foundation and clean up my brow. I did pick up the Camo CC Cream, and this is in the shade Medium 330W, as well as the e.l.f. Flawless Finish Foundation. This looks a little dark right off the bat, so we'll see how that looks. This is in the shade Linen. I am going to clean up my brows with one of the two. Maybe I'll mix them together, not sure. I think I'm going to go in with my foundation first. So I'm going to go ahead and clean up my brows now. On the bottle of this foundation, since I am going to put it all over my face, it does say that it has a satin finish. I didn't pick up an eyeshadow primer, so what I'm going to go ahead and do is just use the Power Grip Primer that I did pick up and apply that on my eyes and kind of see how that works. And it is just like a clear gel. It's really tacky. And let it set itself for about 30 seconds. I did go ahead and pick up the e.l.f. HD powder. It does say it's sheer. I'm actually going to go ahead and just sprinkle out some here on the lid. I'm going to brush it on there. So next up, I am going to do my eyeshadow. And I did pick up, again, the Bite Size eyeshadow in Cream and Sugar. You can see that. I'm going to go in with my Jaclyn Hill Morphe brush in JH33. And I'm going to dip into this light peachy shade right here. I'm just going to brush that all over my crease and come out into my outer corner. I have this here, it's a contour palette, and these are powder shades. So I think I might also use that in my eyes to help blend out my browns. So next up, I am going to try this out. I'm going to go in with this shade right here. Again, these do not have names of shades. And I'm just going to put that in my outer corner and run this into my crease. I think I want to do like a halo eye. So I'm also going to dab this into my inner corner here. I'm going to go in with this brown shade right here, and I'm going to take that in my outer corner, pressing the excess up into my crease, taking more of that darker brown shade, and I'm going to go into my inner corner and pressing the rest up into my crease as well. Going to go back in with the actual eyeshadow palette, and I'm going to go into this brown shade right here. Lightly go in my outer corner. Outer corner, and I think I want to actually also put this in my inner corner as well, following the same motions as I done with the previous shade. You always want to go in with a light hand, especially on those darker shades, because you don't want it to have that blotchy look. The lighter the hand, the smoother the eyeshadow will look on the eye, and they are easier to blend that way as well. And I'm going to also take that dark brown shade and I'm going to bring it into my crease. I really like the way this is turning out already, so that is a good sign. And if I want it to look darker, I'm just literally just dabbing it back into that dark brown shade and going back over those areas to give it a darker look. Next up, I am going to go in. I believe I want to use this shade right here. I'm going to go back in with this one that I used earlier, and I'm going to take my water bottle here and I'm going to spray down that brush. I am one that wets my brushes before using any type of shimmer shade. The payoff, if you wet your brush, for me, it's a lot better. And I'm just going to take my brush and dab into that shade. And I'm going to pop that into my eye here, just in the center. Next up, I am going to go in with my e.l.f. H2o Proof Eyeliner Pin in the shade Jet Black. Clean that outline of my eyeliner up. I think what I'm going to do is put some of the e.l.f. glitter eyeshadows on. I do already have a silver and I have a gold. I want a silvery gold look. I don't know how this is going to turn out because they are pretty drastic looking and I don't want it to look crazy. Right here. And I'm going to mix those two in together on my hand before putting them on my eye. I really hope this works. Okay, I think I got them how I like them. I'm just going to take a makeup wipe and I'm going to wipe underneath my eyes from any fallout that may have fell when I was putting on my eye makeup. Okay, next I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. Happy Hydration Cream. I'm going to use this as my moisturizer today. And I didn't pick up any correctors. Well, I did. I got the color correcting stick for dark circles. I couldn't find the color correcting for the red. It was out of stock online, so I didn't get to pick that up. So for that, I actually may use my LA Girls because I do have a lot of red scarring from my acne, and I definitely want to cover that up. So I'm just going to take this and I'm going to rub it in my face with my fingers. I'm going to use the e.l.f. Sheer Powder. And I'm just going to grab this brush here and just powder that on. This is going to help set the moisturizer cream and the primer. And I'm just going to go ahead, ooh, this is really orange. Going to go ahead and go where I have my dark circles at. I feel like I look like a sour gummy worm. And I know again right now it does look a little bit crazy. And this sponge is by e.l.f. also. This is the Total Face Sponge. Next I'm going to set this orange corrector and the green corrector down with my e.l.f. powder. A couple of pumps of this foundation, and I'm going to go do a couple of pumps of the CC cream, and I'm actually just going to mix those two together. This is the CC cream here. This is in the shade Medium 330W. And again, this e.l.f. Flawless Finish Foundation is in the shade Linen. Now I'm going to mix those two together. I'm going to apply them separately on the face. So this first is the Flawless Finish Foundation by e.l.f. And this shade here is the CC cream. And blend out these two. So again, one is a CC cream and the other is a foundation. Now I'm going to go ahead and use my concealer, which the concealer I can already say is going to be super, super, super white for me. But I'm going to use it and I'm going to mix it in with something else. This is what it looks like, and that is going to be way too light for me. I'm not trying to look like Casper. So I'm going to just go in with my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser Corrector, and this is in the shade Neutral. And all I'm going to do is put a little bit out on my hand. I'm going to put a little bit of this one on, but it's obviously way too light for me. We are going to apply the Maybelline one right on top of it. I'm just going to take this brush and I'm going to blend this out. Next, I'm going to go in with my contour palette that I got from e.l.f. And these are cream shades. Why is everything so hard to open? Okay, I got it open, finally. So I'm just going to go ahead and contour out my face with this. Let me see. Going to be using these two brushes right here. And I'm going to take my yellowy shade here and I'm just going to brush it on here. I know I did put the concealer there, but I do want to use this also, so I'm just going to put a little bit on, just to see kind of how it applies. Then I'm going to go in with, I think, these two shades and just kind of mix them back and forth and do my fishy face. These look a little bit too dark for my liking, but we're going to work with it. Okay, and to blend this out, I'm just going to use the same brush that I used for my foundation. And I'm going to go ahead and press in this brown shade. I'm just going to go ahead and kind of just brush it outwards, using outward motions on my nose. And then to blend out the yellowish contour, I'm going to use this brush here. Now I'm going to go ahead and set my face down with the e.l.f. sheer powder here. And then I will go in with my powdered contour. I'm going to go in with the brown shades, go back and forth. I don't want to use my typical banana powder because it's not e.l.f. brand, and I know some of the things that I used weren't, but I don't want to do that on too many products. So I'm going to take the e.l.f. sheer powder, and I'm going to also take this shade right here. And I'm just going to go ahead and take that sponge and just tap out on those areas and see if this works for me. As this is setting, I'm going to go underneath my under eye here with my eyeshadows to help pop out my eye look. I usually do this at this point rather than with the rest of my eyes, just so that I have all my face on, and then once I start to put the eyeshadow here, any fallout will fall on this powder and then I can just dust it off. So I'm going to go back in with this little guy here. And I'm going to take this brush here, and I'm just going to take this light shade and the dark shade and just kind of go back and forth with them. Going to move my mirror a little bit closer to me so I can see for my eyeliner. Okay, so next I'm going to go in with the Satin Eyeliner Pencil by e.l.f. and this is in the shade Black. It does look like it comes with a little sharpener attached to the lid. That's kind of cool. And I am going to go with this brush here, and I'm just going to hold my eye down so I'm not touching all over my makeup. Apply this into my waterline. Now I'm going to go back in with that brown shade, and I'm just going to kind of smudge that eyeliner into place. Brush off this powder. And again, I didn't pick up an e.l.f. blush. I forgot that part. So I'm just going to go in with my Physicians Formula here. And I'm going to take my blush brush and just dust that onto the cheeks. I am going to pop on some lashes. I'm going to put on a lip color that I do have from e.l.f. And then I do have mascara as well. Okay, I'm going to curl my lashes on camera, and then I'm going to put some mascara on. I will go off camera for putting on my eyelashes, and then I will come back. So I'm just curling these here. What it looks like. Ooh. I can already tell I'm not going to be a fan of the applicator just because it's really fine and it has like a, I don't know, just looks like it could be a mess. But I will say it is working. Like, it is lengthening my eyelashes. So what I do is, if I put on lashes, because I don't wear lashes all the time, is I kind of go in, put the mascara on my actual eyelashes, and then I go in and I put my falsies on, and then I will put mascara on those as well. So I'm going to go off camera and put on my falsies, and then I will be back in just a minute. Okay, so I got my lashes on here. These are Naked Lashes by Ardell. I did already put my mascara on over the lashes as well. So I'm going to go ahead and put on this e.l.f. Lip Satin. This is in the shade Berry Queen. I'm going to set my face using the e.l.f. Matte Magic Mist setting spray. This is the finished look. Thank you so much for watching. Everything I used will be linked in the description box below. Leave a comment, subscribe. Until then, I will see you in my next video.